Hey everybody, I have been working out in the pasture garden today. I am disgusting and sweaty. It is what it is. I'm in my zone. Our weeds have gotten away from me. Life happens, things go on, and suddenly I'm behind, and I've got weeds that are literally, look at this, taller than I am. You know, and I'm not real tall, but that's still really crazy. I mean, they're like 6 or 7 feet tall. Throughout the garden. I'm not gonna get them all taken care of because some are in the pumpkins. You can see, look at that height. It is crazy how tall some of these are. We're fine with those being in the pumpkins. That's normal because we're not going through them anymore. They fill in and then we just harvest them in the fall here. But I get really irritated when this happens. Let me show you. You see how this beautiful row of zinnias, you can't even see the blooms anymore because there's so many gross weeds just filling in, and I can barely, this was a walking path, I can't really get through here anymore. So I got real irritated and I said, you know what, I'm going to put that energy into cleaning them up. So hopefully you can see this here. You see how there's a row here and there's a row here. These I just cleaned. And I want to show you how I did it because the point of this video is to share some tips and hints and remind myself for the future that even if the weeds get this tall and out of control, all hope is not lost. Now, they're going to be too thick for me to actually uproot because they're nasty, they're huge. It's not like you're going to pull them out of the ground at this stage. However, because you see look how big and thick that is. It's not easy to just pull out. It doesn't make sense at this point. However, there are things you can do to mitigate. And the thing that is most irritating to me about the height of these weeds is that I can't get to the blooms. I can't even see those gorgeous flowers anymore like I can see them here. Defeats the purpose. Because number one, we have really beautiful sight lines into these gardens. And so we want to be able to enjoy the beauty of the flowers. And number two, I want to be able to get out here and do some cuttings. And if I have all of these weeds in the way and they're just blocking everything, it's ridiculous. So I came up with a method and I've been going at it, a lot of space to cover, but it's worked. I want to show you kind of a before and an after here, and use this to show you how I am doing this. I've been going in to the mess here and finding where there's like tall grasses, grouping them together and just clipping them down probably a foot or two down below the blossom level, and then just chuck them on the ground. And this actually goes faster than you'd think once you get a routine down. It sounds putsy, it sounds, you know, like who the heck would want to do this? But it's actually quite satisfying. And once you get going in a rhythm, it goes pretty fast. So here is another weed. I gotta look up what this is. I hate these. These are the worst ones because they do not stop growing. I need to get educated on the weeds. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So I'm literally gonna go through and chop down as many of these as I can so that I can recreate a path here to actually be able to walk the original path between the flowers. Now I realize they've grown together, and that's okay. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But the weeds are not. And it becomes basically dead plant mulch. This is my concept here. I've done this on a smaller scale already out here and it's worked. And you can see, like, now I can get through this path very easily of the sweet corn. And while it may not be beautiful, it's very, very workable. And I have a path here coming back between the pumpkins and the sweet corn. And again, you can see how crazy tall these weeds are. They are at least 8 feet. But I'm very happy with this because this plant matter is going to just die and help prevent further weeds. It gives me a place to throw the dead weeds too. And I can get to the flowers. Look, we can see the gorgeous zinnias. And that is the whole darn point of this. Oh, aren't they magical? This is why I plant zinnias. This very view right here. Isn't this great? So great. But you can see, look at that mass of weeds I was able to chop down. This is all just going to die and wither. Just great. And yes, will they grow back? Will that keep sprouting up? Sure. But it's something I can at least manage.